when were you first diagnosed with motor neurone disease, Lauren?
It was in November 2008. I had this first symptoms about a year before.
And they were the symptoms?
It was basically, I was playing in a band and playing the bass guitar, and I couldn't feel the strings on the guitar in terms of pressing them down. So I thought it was arthritis, and then had a series of tests and got diagnosed with motor neurone disease.
And the day now, that must have been the biggest shock of your lifetime.
It was quite distressing, but we weren't actually told much about the itself or the prognosis. We went out and found out about the prognosis of being between 2 to 5 when the penny really dropped.
And you have since lost a lot of your mobility, is that right?
Yes, it was my core muscles.
Of joy and pain.
Very much there. Yes.
Whoa!
Joyful.
I've got a bit of tape here, Lawrence, of you recording some of the 1,600 sentences you apparently need to upload to create your own voice. So let me just play this and then I'll ask you what's going on. Notice that Holly helped.
I have noticed that Holly helped.
So it gives you, Lawrence, an amazing array of words and adjectives and nouns and all that in these rather meaningless sentences.
Yes, indeed. I think what the idea behind the software is that they try and cover all the M's and R's. I think it's a 10 nouns in the cuts into the lot. The idea behind it, and it'll be in my voice or a version of my voice which they recreate from the software.
And then when you read books to your son, let's say in how long you think your voice will stay with you, but let's say it's in a couple of years or 3 years time, will you press the key for each word, or do you just open up a book online and it comes out in your voice?
Well, I think it would just be like a word processor. You can type something in and then say when you want it to come out in the speakers. So if you did a sentence, touch a sentence down, and then said release or something like that, then it will read it using the loudspeaker. But if you, I guess, copied and pasted the whole text, then it would attempt to read it from start to finish.
Whether or not it has the phrase dingy velveteen in it.
Oh, it doesn't matter about dingy velveteen. Yeah. Hopefully, if it's it will have dingy velveteen.
I was going to say, you can also write your own stories, and in fact, it's not just stories, is it? It's all about how important your voice is to the bond.
Yes, very much so, and I can hopefully maybe write a few things about myself.
And then you can play them to him and you can hear them yourself.
Yes, well, you might be able to play them beforehand. So, you can have software memory in my voice.
And what is your type of Danny?
I think she's been very, very supportive in doing this, and she thinks it's an important thing. But it was telling my partner really that found out about this through seeing on a couple of internet forums from the United States where it's more popular, this software. It's fairly unknown in the UK. So she found out about it and told me about it and encouraged me to look into it. And obviously when Stan was born after the Forfar driving force to do it.
Can I ask you a very personal question about you as a parent? Whether it was becoming ill that made you realise that you really wanted to be a dad, or did it just happen anyway, regardless?
Well, me and my partner, we were hoping to have children. We were thinking about it, but obviously the diagnosis verdict on is a difficult decision in the sense of not knowing how long you would have. But it was a choice that we both made, and we were both really, really pleased that we made that choice. It was the best decision that we've done.
And as you say, the most powerful to make for you.
Indeed, very much so.
Well, thank you so much for talking to us. I really appreciate it. And all the best to you, Sam and Danny.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lawrence. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Lawrence was diagnosed with motor neurone disease in 2008 and went on to have a son. And using this extraordinary software so that in the future when he loses his voice he will be able to read bedtime stories to Stan. Jeremy Vine Show on Radio 2.
week for respite, and I was asked if I would write something about him, so that obviously because he couldn't speak, so that they knew a little bit about him and could chat with him. And the thing that I wrote was that I missed his voice the most. So to hear about this idea of being able to record for the future, I think is wonderful.
And you read 1,600 sentences, and it then has all the vowel sounds and the syllables and everything to allow you to say anything.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I think that's incredible, because even now, 5 years on, you know, you try and remember. My dad had a really soft Irish lilt voice, and you tune into accents that are similar, and find yourself trying to remember what his voice was actually like. And it was great to hear about this today, and felt I just had to say how wonderful, from my point of view, the idea of this invention is.
I think you can feel for Lawrence, don't you, a new father and all the joy of a 13-month-old boy.
Devastating, yeah. It's a dreadful disease to be faced with, and to be strong through, and try and to leave something like that for, you know, to have the foresight and the ability to leave something like that for the future is wonderful.
What is it about the power of speech? Because that disease robs the person of everything eventually, and yet something, is it that is their personality, or it's the way they communicate, or what?
I think so. I think that's, you know, for everybody gets old, everybody changes, and you see, sadly, they're changing people as they get older, but the voices, even though they might get weaker or might be a little different, it's that's unique, that if you can't see and you can't hear, if you can't see and you can't actually be with that person anymore, just to remember the voice is just special to them. You get to catch glimpses of people that remind you, but to actually hear a voice is the thing that stays with you, I think. Thank you, Joe. Thank you. Bye-bye.
But some of the technology out there to do this can cost about £20,000, said. And there's one more from Brian in Dudley, who just said, or it's this guy.
Oh! Fucking bullish part again! Oh, that is for people. No, it's parked against traffic. But 2 minutes, I'm gonna be anyway. trying to park again. Friggin' traffic. However, that didn't take long. Oh. Didn't end the take, Ken.
It was great. It was really, really good.
Well, I think the upside of these times that we live in is that the technology allows you to do.
Why does everything come at once when you're waiting to get out?
Free of charge, not even cheaply.
Yes, I suppose so, yeah.
Too much, I don't know. How's your husband? Is he back and is he well?
Yes, I mean, that was years ago.
Sure.
He's planning the next trip away.
All right. Thank you, Barry. Thank you for all the best. Bye-bye. Be good or emails. My wife has lost his life to motor never had a horrible thing to get calls on him. And what this father is doing is moving and inspirational. He's going to be able to show his son how much he believes in him for the rest of his life.
About for the time got out of that space. Get off the friggin' road! That's what pavements are for. What is it with people today?
Mitchell, get some lovely comments on Lawrence Brewer, who we had in. I hope Lawrence is still listening. Lawrence, you must keep a tape of this. We'll send you one if you like. It's a nice stand in the years to come. We'll love to hear the interview you did. And just people actually talking about what it's like to have lost somebody and lost their voice. Maggie in Sussex says, I was brought up in care, and later in life I met up with a half-sister. One of my first questions to her was, what did my father sound like? She told me he was very positive and well-read, and now I wonder, is my voice like his? I think it's important for that to get his father's voice and compare it to his about. I guess the picture of one night in heaven, actually taking a great voice. Edwina Langley in Birmingham emails, my dad died of motor neurone disease in January 2000. I would do anything to hear his voice again. So I think what Lawrence has done for his son is
Okay, I cut the corner, I'm sorry.
I really admire Lawrence. Thanks again for being on, Lawrence. Lindsay Buckingham.
Forget about life for a I will now walk into Oxford University and get my fees paid for.
Why isn't that happening? That's what we're asking now. Why are so few bright students from poorer backgrounds going to top university? What part of the chain is being broken? Listen again. Why is this not happening?
I'm a child of parents on welfare. I live on a council estate and have just got 4 A stars at A-level. I will now walk into Oxford University and get my fees paid for.
In the news today, because there's a huge concern that universities may charge large fees but not take in any more children like the one we heard from there. Claire Callender, Professor of Higher Education, both at Birkbeck, University of London and the Institute of Education, joins us. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
And you know this subject back to front, so let's examine this sentence, building block by building block. And let's start at the end of it. I mean, if somebody turns up from an underprivileged background with 4 A stars at A-level and they sit the interview at Oxford University, they're going to get in, aren't they? They're going to come up crammed by Oxford and Cambridge, probably.
Because Oxford and Cambridge deeply want to find participation. They're deeply committed to it and participate in a lot of activities. Encouraging exactly those
I'm not going to have any
And a bit about getting my fees paid for. Is that true if the person has come from a family with no income, no assets,
No, that's not necessary.
Would I have to take out a loan of some kind?
Yes. At the moment, if the student was to go tomorrow, they would be getting a very healthy bursary from Oxford